you got me in the head twice. I tell you what, you're a good shot.
Thanks.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this video started. Give him the intro.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Phoenix and this is my dad, and we're going to go over assignments today.
That's right. Today's May 6th, and we're going to go over your assignments. Before we get started, got a couple of quick announcements and reminders for you guys. The votes are in. Okay, you guys have all voted on the challenge that you want Phoenix and I to complete this week. And so, therefore, I'll go ahead and show you that slide. All votes were in. Great job. Everybody got their vote casted today. And you guys have chosen. 10 of you chose. Phoenix and I have a bottle flip competition. And then the loser of each round
Gets a lemon.
will drink straight lemon juice. So,
I'm not sure about that. It's super sour.
It's going to be really sour.
It makes my mouth really sour. Even when I look at candy.
I bet.
I'm like,
So what we'll do is that we'll each have one of the bottles, okay? And we'll do a bottle flip, all right? And whoever loses that round takes the shot of the lemon juice, straight lemon juice, and then we refill our cups, and then we do another round, and we're going to do 10 rounds total. So, sounds like fun, also sounds awfully sour, all right? So, that ought to be fun. Good laughs for you guys. So, continue to work hard. Let's get that perfect attendance. We are on 22 days straight of perfect attendance, guys. So, give them a round of applause for that. All right. So, we I put a note on here. Let's make it to a perfect 30. I told you if we go to the very last day of school and continue this, we will have 30 straight school days of perfect attendance and checking in and getting your work turned in. So nobody else in the district, I can promise you, is going to make that happen. And so we're really setting the bar super high. So continue to work hard, and let's meet our goals for this week and meet our overall goal for the entire remainder of the school year. So, step 1, check in. Make sure you hit that attendance button, hit the turn in, get your attendance points for the day. And then number 2, watching this video, where we're going to go over all your assignments. So let's go ahead and jump into your first assignment for today. Is located inside of your packet, okay? And the first thing we're going to talk about is your new math mystery. So go ahead, if you don't have your packet in front of you right now, hit the pause button, go get your packet, get a pencil, and get all your materials right in front of you so you can work along with me. I will go over a couple of answers so that you can go ahead and write those down and have that fresh in your mind for whenever we get done watching this video. You can go ahead and complete those assignments, get those turned in to me. So, math mystery. We got a new math mystery. We found the missing scepter last week. Great job on that. This week it is the case of the poisonous pizza. Someone's poisoning pizza and making people sick, Phoenix. Is that very nice? That's right.
I like pizza. It's delicious.
Oh, pizza's the best, isn't it?
I like pepperonis in it, cheese, and all kinds of yummy stuff.
That's right. I love that stuff too. Hideaway Pizza is probably my favorite pizza
Yeah,
place.
I kind of like mushrooms in it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I like mushrooms too. Well, I guess we have something in common, don't we?
Yep.
So, quick little summary of the actual mystery story itself. You guys have this in your packet. Go ahead and read through it. It's a pretty good, it's kind of a funny read, but it also gives you an in-depth story behind solving all these clues. So just to kind of give you a quick summary, it's Pepe's Pizza Shop. It's one of the best pizza places in Manhattan, and they won an award. Okay, ever since they won an award for having the best pizza around, the business has been booming. They've been busy, busy, busy. So he had to hire a whole bunch of new workers, right? Yeah. Everything's going great, and then next thing you know, people are getting sick from his pizza because his pizza has been poisoned. People are getting ill, and it's causing their skin to break out in green spots and stripes. Oh, man.
I like pickles in my pizza, too.
Pickles on your pizza, now you're stretching it a little bit, I think.
I like it.
So, our job, or your job, is to complete each one of these math mysteries. As we move along through the next 2 weeks, we will figure out who the main criminal of this crime is. So, we're going to figure out who is poisoning those pizzas. And so go ahead and read through the rest of the story, and then as you move to the next page, it's going to give you a list, just like the last mystery did, except this time it gives you the suspects' names, all of the workers, their job position, and then these are the different things that you're going to be keeping or crossing out as you solve each clue, and that's going to help you narrow it down to find out who the person, the bad person is that is poisoning all that pizza. We want to find out who that is, don't we? Right? Alright, because crime pays, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys can look through that list and you will be utilizing that. So as you complete each one of the clues, you need to go back to this page and you're going to cross out the suspects that have been cleared and that you know have not committed the crime, and then that way each clue is going to lead you closer and closer to the number one suspect. Alright?
Pizza's
So,
delicious.
we will go ahead and get started with the first assignment, and it is applying number patterns and rules. Clue 1. So in your packet, have this in front of you right now, you're looking at Clue 1, applying number patterns. This first one's pretty simple. It goes back to Chapter 5 in our math book. You have your math textbook. I encourage you to go back to your math textbook. Look at Chapter 5 where we talked about patterns. Those input and output goes back to function machines. So when you put a number in the input, a rule does something to it, and then as it comes out of the output, it becomes a new number. So that's basically what we're going to be doing today. What?
Maybe that criminal has been poisoned.
He looks like he's ate the pizza. He looks a little sick, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it looks like he wants to get people sick.
Yeah. He does look sick, doesn't he?
He looks crazy.
So we're going to go ahead and we will get 2 examples done for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do these first 2 here. If you notice, they go ahead and give you the rule. So they tell you the rule that you need to find. Okay, so you need to use the information that they give you, and then go ahead and apply that rule to each one of these numbers so that you can solve. And as before, you see that each one of these answer choices has a letter that corresponds with the number or the answer that you come up with. So you're going to plug that letter into the box that is above that number. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the first one with you. So the first one says, the rule is multiply by 2, then add 1. Okay, so let's check and see if they've got this right, because they did give us the first answer. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 would be 3. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 would be 7. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 1 would be 15. So they have the correct answer here. So as you can see, everywhere that there is a 15 in this little mystery clue here, they put an S in that box. Alright? So now we've got to figure out the next 2 answers, and we're going to apply this rule. Now remember, show your work. Okay? So we're going to show your work out here to the side, or you can do it on a separate sheet of paper. If you do it on a separate sheet of paper, you have to take a picture of that work and send it to me so that I can see that you have shown your work for the math. You know, we always show our work, so please do that. If you don't send the work, I'm going to ask or request for that work to be shown, okay? So make sure you get that to me. So 15 times 2, right? So 15 times 2 equals 30, okay? And then I add 1. So plus 1 would be 31, correct? So 31 goes here. So everywhere I see a 31 in my boxes up here, I'm going to put a C. Okay, so here's a 31. I would put a C. I'm not going to go through and do them all. You can find those. That's easy enough. But for time's sake, I'm just going to move on. So now I have to multiply again to get my next number. My next jump, I'm going to multiply 31 times 2. Okay, so 31 times 2, and that equals 62. And then I'm going to add 1, which equals 63. So 63, right? So I go up here and I find all of my 63s. Here's one of them, and I'm going to put a D in that box. I'm not going to go through and find all of them. You can do that. But you get the idea, okay? Right?
That guy's kind of looking...
He's looking pretty silly, isn't he?
Yeah, he kind of has stripes on his...
Yeah, that's because he ate the pizza. Alright, the next one we're going to go over is, it says the rule is multiply by 3, then subtract 1. So, 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 would be 5. 5 times 2 is 10, minus 1. Right, sorry, it's times 3. So 2 times 3, let me start over, sorry. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 would be 5. 5 times 3 is 15, minus 1 would be 14. Okay, so now you're going to multiply 14 times 3. Okay, so 14 times 3. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12. Regroup. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 more would be 4. So that would be 42, but then I need to subtract 1. So that's going to be 41. Okay, so I go up here and I find a 41. All of my 41 boxes need to have a V in them. I'm not going to go through and find all of them. You can do that on your own. But I've got you started on the next problem. Look at the rule, apply it as you move, show your work around the problem or on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, so I gave you 1, 2, 3 answers. You can continue on and move on. All right, now, for the next assignment, we have our reading passage. Okay, this one is Piltdown Man. All right, let me go ahead and zoom in, right, Phoenix, so they can see it real good. This is his historical text. All right, and as you know, before we start reading the passage, we always read the questions first. Okay, so you need to have your highlighters out in front of you right now. Everybody has highlighters. I sent those home with you. If you can't locate those, then you need to resort to underlining. But regardless, you either have to highlight or underline if you can't find your highlighters to support your answers with text evidence. Okay, half the points that I'm giving on this assignment come from the right answer, and the other half come from did they underline to support with text evidence. So if you don't do any underlining or highlighting for text evidence, you are cutting your grade in half right there. Okay, so we've done this all year long. You know you've got to support your answer with text evidence. So number your paragraphs right now. You can hit pause, number your paragraphs, and then you are going to look at the questions. Now, I'm just going to kind of go through these quickly. We've talked about all of these skills in the last 3 weeks. I have instructional videos that have covered each one of these. I'm going to also attach all of the anchor charts that I've used in previous videos so that you can look at those. All right? We have a main idea question. You know, main idea tells what the story is mostly about. Okay? So you're finding the main idea of this passage. Cause and effect. The cause is the why it happened. The effect is the what happened as a result of. I will put an anchor chart for that as well. Please utilize those. Take 2 seconds to look over the anchor charts that will be attached to today's post so that you can refresh your memory and make sure you understand what they're asking you here. Number 3 wants you to underline for text evidence. Remember, you should have already picked your colors. We have our highlighters, but if you're not, then you're going to have to underline for all of these. But hopefully you still have your highlighters. You can pick your 6 colors, and it's just a lot easier to look at when you send it to me, okay?
And Mr.
So, what?
That guy, can you just circle him and make it hard?
Make an X. You're still hung up on that guy, and he was kind of weird looking, wasn't he? He's going to haunt your dreams tonight, maybe.
Yes.
You think?
I'm probably going to freak out.
Oh, great. I can't wait to wake up to that. All right. Text structure. You know the 5 different text structures? We've talked about those all year long. Mrs. Wren came in and did a BAT unit with us. You know all about text structures. I will have an anchor chart posted to that. Okay, description, cause and effect, sequencing or chronological order, problem solution, compare and contrast. Vocabulary is talking about affixes, so prefixes and suffixes. We worked on that with daily language and math on yesterday's lesson, actually, and we've done it several times before. Context clues, determining the meaning of an unknown word without looking it up in a dictionary. So you're looking to see what does the word hoax mean in the passage. So you read the sentence that it's used in. You're going to go up here, highlight the sentence that they use the word hoax in, and you're going to look at those other words around it to determine its meaning. Okay? And then you are done with this assignment. Remember, highlight or underline to support each answer with text evidence. Please circle your answers clearly so that I can see them, and make sure you number your paragraphs. Okay? Now, back to our agenda. And like I said, I will post all of these anchor charts, main idea, non-fiction text structures, cause and effect, context clues. I'll have all of these on Google Classroom. So read over those, refresh your memory, and so that you'll be well prepared. There's no reason to miss any of those questions because I have everything you need to help yourself with, okay? It will look just like this. All you got to do is click on them right here. They're all labeled. They tell you exactly what skills that they're showing you an anchor chart of.
I just saw it again.
All right. So now, hold on. Now, step 3. Complete the quizzes. Today is test day for the quizzes on the Northeast region, states, capitals, and abbreviations. Hopefully you spent this last week really studying hard and so that you can recall. Now, for each question on the quizzes, you have 20 seconds to answer the question. Okay, if you've been studying hard and you know your states, capitals, and abbreviations, the questions are so short, it's probably going to take you 2 seconds to read the question, and it should only take you a second or two to think of the answer. So 20 seconds is a long time, but it's not long enough for you to sit there and maybe try to rush around and look up the answer. You've got to know it. Remember, I will announce the top 4 who scores the best on the quizzes as far as points go. Now, as far as your grade goes, you're getting 4 chances to make a 100% on this. If you make a 100% the first time, then you're done, okay? But if you make a 90% your first time, you're not done. You need to go back and retake the quiz again because you have 3 more chances to get a 100%. Also, at the end of your quizzes, it helps you review your answers and tells you which ones you got wrong so that you can study those before you take it again. It won't tell you the right answer. There's a reason for that. But it does tell you which ones you got wrong. So they're going to go back, restudy, and use those extra chances. No reason why every single one of you shouldn't have 100% for a grade by the 4th attempt, okay? So I'm making this super, super easy on you, giving you lots of chances to get the best grade possible, so utilize it, okay? Remember, STEM project is due Friday. The wheelbarrows, go big or go home. If you want to supplement in and use different materials, remember I said if you want to make your wheelbarrow bigger and toothpicks to hold it together is too small, then go out and get some twigs or sticks off of your tree and use that if you're making it that big. But in your plan, you should have already sent to me your first page of documentation. That was due yesterday, okay? And so if you haven't sent that to me, then you need to make sure you get that to me and any other assignments that you have not gotten to me from yesterday to me ASAP. I need that now, okay? So get those sent to me. And if you have any questions about the STEM project, remember, it's all about weight. We'll see whose wheelbarrow can hold the most weight. If you want to use pennies or something else, it's all about how much weight it is, okay? So tell me, and I can convert some of that, all right? So, that is it. Make sure you check in. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Right, Phoenix?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Keep working hard. Get those assignments turned in today. Both I got to go. I got to take cover. We'll see you next time.